Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone. Hello. Hi. Welcome back to the Big Bad Workshop Podcast. We are very, very happy to see you for the official episode 2. Gents, how you doing?
Doing good, Jack. Doing good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. To reintroduce everyone, this is Bill, this is BigBadMike, and I'm producer Jack. I'm the one hitting all the buttons, so if anything goes wrong, it's my fault. And I would like to start our second episode with a huge apology, a personal apology from me to all viewers. People who know me personally, Bill and BigBadMike has met me recently, and our amazing guest will be joining us in just a moment, Sean Rourke, know that if nothing else, I overdress for everything, and I'm always wearing too much for the occasion. And last episode, aka our very first episode, was an exception to that rule. I was producing, I was wearing my work button down, if you will, for the, my slovenly black button down with one button open, like a I don't know, like a peasant.
You were
and I want to apologize for that. You'll never see that again on this show. I will never let that happen. So to you viewers, I apologize. With that, welcome back, everybody.
I'm just going to say I'm dressed in alt mode tonight because I am getting ready to get on that plane nice and early to head out to New Jersey to go enjoy Legions Con for the weekend for the first time ever. So
I was going to say, is this your first Legions Con?
Yeah. Yep. The Horseman reached out to us and let us know that there was a spot available. And we are going to have our booth. Should know this off the top of my head. You
mean like the number?
Booth 38. Yep. We'll have some exclusives. We'll have some Monster Force merch. And yeah, a lot of conversations. Can't wait.
Yeah. We leave tomorrow, so we're super excited. Yeah.
Is it crack of dawn flight? Like, how bad are we talking here?
Early.
Cracking up at dawn. Yeah.
But I think we wanted to, come on tonight and, talk about a few things before we head out, and then we'll do a follow-up show after to talk about Legions and how it went.
You sound really excited about it.
That is a good reason why we're on Wednesday night tonight. We'll throw that out there.
Yeah.
I like as Bill's explaining what he was doing. He was feeling the weight of it. He's just like, I guess we'll just do this before we make show.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate you coming to join us and talk about things before you have to go to bed real early and then get up even earlier. And again, we will be talking very shortly with Lore Master for Operation Monster Force, as well as Eco Force, Mr. Sean Rourke. Before that, we have a little bit of housekeeping. I already did mine, by the way, which was, I'm so sorry, I wasn't wearing a tie last time. You deserve more. Viewers deserve more, and I'm sorry that happened. I'm going to do a little tech check right now and make certain, just because I don't see any comments yet. I know that we had some issues with our link before. I just want to make sure that folks can see us. If we are live right now, actually, if someone could do me a favor, just drop any comment. Well, maybe I shouldn't say any. Let's not leave it that open. But just so we can make sure that our live, because we had 2 URLs that we were going to, and we're making sure that they're both working. So far, it looks okay, but I just want to make sure that we're showing up and that you're seeing us. So yeah, if anyone drops anything in chat, that'll help me, because I don't know that we're actually live. Also, I think there was some other business information that we need to discuss as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. Before we get started with Sean and talk about our product line tonight and the lore behind it, we wanted to talk about the whoosh stuff that was kind of brought up last week. So, just for context, we've been working on this project for quite some time, and there's been these characters in the works using their skeletons and whatnot. And, on the side, this other project kind of got canceled, and it's unfortunate that happened, but it's kind of an unrelated thing. And our skeletons are, going to happen. There's no issues there. And it's our understanding that the folks from the Foosh will be reaching out to address this situation. They're just kind of going through some things right now. And that's kind of as far as we know.
Copy that. All right. Well, thank you for the update. I'll let both Bill and BigBadMike know, as well as folks in chat. The only downside is because our URLs changed twice, we are not seeing the comments in the app we're using right now. but I'll have the window up and I'll pull from there, just so you know, from the actual YouTube, guys. So know that everybody's out there. They're all paying attention. It's just that within the app we're using, as we did last time, we won't be able to see that this time. So sorry about that. I will just
all good
from there. So just so you know. All right. With that, I mean, do you think we're good to bring in our guest?
Yeah, let's bring him in.
I'd like to chat with him if you don't mind. And if for those of you who don't know, and of course you know because everyone's paying attention, but today we will be joined by the amazing Mr. Sean Rourke, who is the lore master and co-creator of Monster Force. So, if I may, without further ado, drum rolls and all that, please, and also me clicking this little thing. Let's bring in Sean. Hey, look at
Sean.
this guy.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
the lore master.
Jack, it's so nice to see you dressed up. This is wonderful.
Sean, I don't want to talk about it. I don't know who that was last week, but he'll never be here again. He was unprepared, unprofessional, and not a friend of mine. I'll just put it that way. Yes, I'm sorry I let you all down. Sean, welcome. Now, some may know that when we first tried this podcast as a pilot, we got to speak with you on that. I learned a lot from you, being our guest on our test run. And I got to like try some questions on you, etc. Now that is like sort of our secret episode 0 that we have on a burner that we can put up clips from, and it's mostly just Bill yelling at his kids. It's great. It's some of my favorite content. So we won't keep that from you. We'll just put those up as shorts. But all that to say, and if I may, I'll keep this very brief, but Sean shared something with me that was very, very helpful to me as a guest on our show who's kind of waiting to come in. We were talking about podcasts. We are a podcast now. This is our second podcast for the Big Bad Workshop. And we were discussing at the top of the show when you just talk, you're like, what'd you do this week? Oh, cool, I did this, and then you talk about the topic, which in this case, obviously, we're going to be talking about Operation Monster Force. And Sean said something that I absolutely agree with. If you're a new podcast and I don't know what you're doing yet, get on with it. Just tell me about the toys. I don't need to know what you had for breakfast. I do not care. But then as I become a fan of your podcast and I subscribe to you, then I love that stuff. Then I'm like, yes, I love the inside jokes. I need to know about your breakfast. So it's a 2-parter there. And I feel exactly the same way. With those notes, we're not going to jibber jabber too much more here, but I just want to know that we are trying to split the difference there, because I think that was a really good note, and I feel the exact same way. I don't know about you, Chad, if you like the minutia. I know one of my favorite podcasts right now is Seth Meyers and Lonely Island, and they're just all, if you miss one, you have no idea what's going on anymore. It's completely inside jokes. It's so dense at this point. I enjoy it, but I also understand if I came in late, I'd be like, this is nothing. This is no one's talking about anything real. We will try to avoid that. But all that to say, thank you for joining us again. Thank you for being a huge part of the podcast.
I'm really excited to be here, and I'm excited for all of you guys who are in the chat who are here to find out some stuff. I hope you have questions. I would love to answer them. So,
well, I'm gonna start with some. Last week we revealed some stuff. Stuff got pretty revealy, and people, of course, have questions about that. As the lore master, I'm going to just put some stuff up that I want you to talk about that was part of our reveals from last week, if you're comfortable with that.
Absolutely.
Spoiler, I hope you like skellies, because it's a lot of skellies, like a lot of skellies. Let's see. Let me pull up what I got for us here. We're going to get this on the stage. Beautiful. Okay. Let me put you, Sean, you're more important, so you get to be at the top of this bad boy. There we go. Thank you. And I'll be at the bottom. All right. So last week, and BigBadMike, Bill, it is your job to tell me if I say something that is wrong or that I'm not supposed to talk about yet. For the most part, I'm always in the dark, so that rarely happens. But you announced Operation Monster Force Dark Directives, and we got to see some of our new friends that'll be living on our shelves. All right. With that, and also, very important. Sorry, BigBadMike, Bill, do you want to speak to this? Is this pretty much what it says? I mean,
yeah. So we launched Dark Directives on Halloween. Hope everybody had an awesome Halloween.
Very smart.
And that might be an interesting thing. I'm curious what everybody went as for Halloween this year.
Oh, heck yeah.
But yes, we opened pre-orders on Halloween. And this is something that's they're going to be open for the next month or so, but they do close on December 1st. So we just want to let everybody know the stuff we're going to discuss today. Those orders will close on December 1st.
Oof. Okay. Tight. Yeah. So however many more paychecks, you got to figure that out. to make sure you don't miss out on them. Because, yeah, I'm not going to let that happen to me next time. All right. With that, we are going to be talking skellies. There's some real good skelly boys in here that we got to talk about last week a little bit, but I don't know a lot about what they're doing here and how they work into current Operation Monster Force lore.
Well, that's why we brought on the lore master.
That's
right?
a great idea.
Yeah.
We should totally have him on.
Yeah, only Sean can answer these questions at this point. Me and Bill are useless from here on out.
Fair. We looked a little logo heavy there, so I'm balancing, explaining the difference. With that, okay, so again, I love a good skelly. We all love a good skelly, and there's some other skelly boys coming down the pipe here that are a little different than these guys. These seem pretty classic, yet I see an old shield, but I also see some modern warfare going on here. Sean, what can you tell us about? Those?
So these guys here are the most Ray Harryhausen-esque of the Dark Directives. And maybe it's best if I start off by just addressing real quick what the Dark Directives are from a story standpoint. This is something where, and it's a little bit of inside baseball, so forgive me, it's sort of behind the scenes talk. But Bill basically said, this was a little while ago, but he basically said, I want to be able to release some stuff outside of the normal season release window. And I want these to be sort of kind of like little one-off mini seasons. And I had the absolute worst time trying to come up with what to call that and sort of how to wrap my head around that. And luckily, after weeks of trying to figure it out, Bill just figured it out for himself, which is, I love it when that happens. He came back to me and was like, I think these are called Dark Directives, and I think that this is what they are. And I was like, oh my God, that totally works. I completely understand it now. So each one of these Dark Directives is going to be sort of like a side mission that is the kind of thing that General Brown needs to have handled, but can't afford to pull Declan and the full Monster Force team away from the Forgotten King in order to handle it. So these are side quests. These are side missions. And if there were like a 90s television analogy to go with, it would be like Operation Monster Force is Baywatch and Dark Directives is Baywatch Nights. So I hope that clears it up.
Oh man,
I mean, that's perfect.
Clears it up so much.
I think we just pre-sold out of everything on the website.
I mean,
now,
right? I don't even know why we still have things in stock. I mean, they should be gone.
Gone now.
Yeah.
As a side note, if you get a chance in your life, Google, just go on YouTube. The first episode's on YouTube. Just watch the pilot episode of Baywatch Nights. The best part about the concept is that David Hasselhoff's character, Mitch, is doing his day job and then at night doing this job. It's the same timeline. It's not a different, he does both. And there's,
And to get more into the analogy, the first season of Baywatch Nights is David Hasselhoff's character as a private investigator handling crimes.
And then
that are not beach related.
Correct.
But
and then
as it turned out, the ratings were very poor.
Oh, weird.
David Hasselhoff solving crimes.
And another show was doing very well.
Second season, so that he was instead hunting monsters.
Correct.
Oh, excellent.
They X-filed it. It's amazing.
There it is.
They changed out
I
almost
was waiting. I was
cast.
wondering where this was headed.
They
I didn't even
flipped
know
almost
this
the
show
entire cast.
existed, but
Fantastic stuff. Yeah.
Very good to know now, I guess.
So that's the North Star that I've been going with for the Dark Directives.
If any of you partake in any kind of anything and have time to watch, definitely watch the first episode. To the delight of my wife, a music fan, the bad guy is a huge thug named Grimes. So that was just hilarious to her that he was fighting the evils of Grimes. Yeah, good stuff.
Well, I think that's the best setup we can have for what Dark Directives is.
Yes.
I feel like I don't need to explain anything more.
Nope.
I think that covers it. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead a little there.
So in order to get back to your question about these particular skeletons, This first Dark Directive is a mini story that revolves around the Forgotten King basically recruiting a specialist on the side to basically come around at Monster Force from an angle and hit them where they don't expect. And this particular story revolves around a lost city in the deserts of the Middle East called Chorazin. And Chorazin is the city of sorcery. And I won't go into the actual like sort of folklore of Chorazin. It appears in the Bible. It goes back a long way, but it's basically kind of a cursed city. And these skeletons right here are called those who trespass, because these are the reanimated bones of the warriors who have tried to invade Chorazin in order to either destroy it or rescue people who have been kidnapped by the sorcerers there. No one has ever returned, and this is what happens to them. So that's why you see skeletons that have Templar shields and other skeletons that have M16s. These are warriors from across the last 2,000 years who, and some of them have like Roman gladiator swords. Chorazin has been a bad place for a very bad time. And so these guys are sort of like the guardians of the city who attack anybody who tries to come at it, which is going to be a problem for our Dark Directives guys because there's an army of skeletons.
Usually not something you want to deal with if you can avoid it.
So anyway, so that's sort of the easy explanation of who those who trespass are. Those who came and trespassed.
Got it.
And now they've got a new job.
Are now conscripted into a skeleton army.
Exactly.
Now, Sean, I have to jump in here for a second because
Sure.
I can't. This is living in my head right now. I know how much you love writing in characters that you don't want to write into the story. If licensing fees were not a thing, because I'm sure it's off the charts, is it possible that we could see a Detective Mitch Buchanan somewhere in a custom world? You know, if somebody wants to go ahead and make that and help fight against these skeletons, is that something that exists? Or
okay, bring me in on this.
I would absolutely lose my mind if I saw something like that. That feels like
there you go.
That feels like the equivalent of the Fridge joining G.I. Joe to me.
Get a high point in the series.
Monster Force group after that.
I'll take some notes and I'll get on it, see what I can do.
Okay, kids.
All right, I'm done.
Nope, bring him up to speed. I don't. For me and anyone else in the chat who doesn't know the joke, what do I got? What do I need to know?
Well, the whole Baywatch Nights thing.
Oh, Mitch himself. His last name was Buchanan.
That's David.
I forgot his last name was because I was the one who said his name was Mitch. Jesus, I thought I was like out of the loop. Like, guys, include me in your jokes, guys. It's not funny.
Yes.
So I don't laugh too.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, now that I get the joke and feel cool about it, I will fight to make sure that is in the line somehow. So was it hashtag Operation Baywatch Nights Force? Is that what we're thinking? Is that what we're going to get people to start doing?
Moving on.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good idea. Okay, with that, all that skelly talk, let's get into some crazy skelly talk. No, you know what? I take it back. You know what we're going to do first? We're going to ask a question. Chat, we're going to pick this up at the end. We're going to get your answers on this, but I'm going to fly a question for you. Operation Monster Force Season 0 and 2 have shipped. If you've gotten yours, who's your MVP? Who'd you pull out of that box and say, oh yeah, it's this?
Oh, I can't wait to hear what your guys' answers are.
I mean, like, get ready for everyone to spam Donner Party, right? I feel like we're getting a lot of Donner Party in this one, which is not wrong.
I think there's a dark horse in this race. I'll wait to see how results turn out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Interesting. Already right off the bat, I'm dead wrong. So yeah. Okay. We'll hold on that. All right. We'll come back to it at the end. I'll flash this one more time before then. But yeah, I want to know who's the MVP of your Season 0 and 2. All right. Now I'm disappointed because this is not going to be Mitch from Baywatch Nights, but whatever. It's fine. We're going to talk a little bit about, let's get to our next deck. Here we go. these gents. Look at this Azure guard. Look at this fellow. We love to see it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just looking right through his bod. Love it.
Now, I should mention too, these glow in the dark.
Do they really?
They do.
Oh, and it's that blue glow, right? Not the green?
Yeah.
Am I getting that right?
Yeah. No,
oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
So folks looking at this may, recognize the same color of blue as having been what the convention exclusive was last year of the Forgotten King, which was a blue glow in the dark. And that's not by coincidence. These guys are actually tied into the Forgotten King. So it seemed like, it might be too easy to be like, and these are the ghost versions of those who trespass. But we actually wanted to have these guys have sort of a different origin and tie them into the spectral omen of doom form of the Forgotten King. So what these guys are sort of like his phantom elite who travel with him when he's in sort of his astral state. And they also have some modern weapons, which makes Declan and the sort of the top tier of Monster Force wonder, are we looking at like the souls of the Apophis Legion when these skeleton ghosts show up? Or are these the ghosts of somebody else? Or are these the sort of astral projections of some mercenary soldiers who are someplace else in the world who just sort of travel with the Forgotten King? We don't know. But what we do know is that their swords, their ammunition, it has almost no effect on the living, but it does hurt the souls of the undead. So Delta Red does have a problem when it comes to these guys. And there doesn't seem to be any way to hit back short of straight up exorcism. So
dang, we're also seeing the modern plus classical weaponry here, as we did with the previous. So does that apply to all their weapons? Is that they're specifically their guns and swords, etc., are hurting other spectral beings?
Yeah, so vampires would be hurt by these weapons. The 13 ghosts would be hurt by these weapons. In theory, the Donner Party, I guess we hadn't actually decided yay or nay on that, but I would say since he is a reanimated being who was reanimated through a type of magic, these weapons would hurt him.
Chupacabras?
A revenant?
Chupacabras. So yes. And again, yes, like you point out, there are a variety of weapons. So who are these guys? Where are their bodies?
Interesting. Okay. So so that makes a whole new strategy against them, right? Is that, as you said, you can't hit them either, and they're hurting your spectral fellas.
Yeah.
Gang, I'm going to try a visual here to see what this looks like, just because, again, our chat is not connected on this, unfortunately. So just make sure. Okay, it's inelegant, but to speak to the glow, the blue glow Forgotten King looks great on the display when the lights go out. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So again, sorry, gang, the inelegant, but just to make sure that Sir Lore Master Sean got his.
You as well, sir.
Okay, well, I mean, I need all of these, obviously. That's such a unique glow color too. I feel like you don't get a lot of that anymore, right? It's usually it's the green. We all know the green glow, the classic, but I feel like this is like a lesser used plastic. Tech question, if I may, and if it's too boring of an answer, then you can tell me to move on. But BigBadMike and Bill, with glow-in-the-dark plastics, are there differences in them based on color? Like, is a glow-in-the-dark red different than a blue than a green?
In terms of colors, yes, those are different colors.
Yes, thank you. On the spectrum, that's what I meant. I can't see colors. I'm a dog. Meaning that when constructing figures out of them, is there any difference between them? Like, the red ones have more of a bend, or like the greens like this, and you have to get it from this company, or usually it's all the same place.
It's the same, but I think some colors look better glow in the dark than
Interesting.
others.
Yeah, I guess it's also kind of what I'm asking is why don't we see a lot more red glow in the dark or more of this blue?
That's a good question. Like we did experiment with some red glow in the dark, and what happened there was the figure itself ends up looking very pink.
Interesting.
Versus red.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
You know, because of the type of plastics that are used. So that's why you see, I think, greens predominantly in glow in the dark because they look better. They look really good in their non-glow in the dark form and also in their glow in the dark form. Blues as well, but yeah, when you get into reds and stuff, it doesn't really work as well. So I think hope that answered your question somewhat. So there are some differences in terms of that. Yeah,
it did. I mean, actually,
I actually did advocate for a pink Prince Dracula.
Heck yeah,
my little Dracula. But I was
unheard. What would the cutie mark be? Were you not ready for that question? I'm a little disappointed, if I'm being honest.
I was not.
Okay, maybe just fangs, just like. All right. Well, speaking of, as I was talking about red glow in the dark, let's get a little more red, shall we? Well, I was so cocky, I picked up a drink without hitting the right button. There we go. Let's talk red. This well, I shouldn't say fella, I shouldn't presume, but the Red Reaper evokes a lot of different visuals. I love this. It's so much. He's doing so much. What can you tell us about? And also, can you please say the word above it? The Latin is not something I'm going to try.
I would be happy to. I think this is the first time that I will actually be on the record pronouncing this name.
Oh, okay. Everyone, wait. This is a little fanfare.
Drum roll, Jack.
Yes. So everyone can be ready for it. Be like, okay, write this down or record right now. Get ready to record. So when you're playing with them, when you're showing your friends, this is how it is. And
it's pronounced Levitican Serpieri.
Levitican Serpieri. Okay, very important. Thank you. And thank you for not making me do it.
Yeah,
Levitican
absolutely. And
Serpieri.
I don't expect anyone to remember that pronunciation, which is why we gave him also the moniker of the Red Reaper, because that is easier to do. But oddly enough, Jack, you are the reason for this character's name. Because I don't know if anybody knows this, but Jack and Bill and I went to school together. We were in college together, and Jack and I were roommates. And in freshman year, Jack introduced me to the lore behind Hellraiser, and Jack had the puzzle cube in our room, and you told me what the name of it was, and I feel like it was Lemmershen's cube or something like that. Okay, so I have spent
lament or no,
yes,
Lemmershen's configure or something like that. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
So I have spent the last 30 years not being able to remember that name at all. I had to look it up when I got assigned this figure because to name this figure, because I wanted something that sounded old world, sounded alchemist, sounded mysterious, that you could never remember how to say it. I felt like that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
So hence Levitican Serpieri, who is an alchemist. You wouldn't necessarily know it from looking at him, but he is a 15th century alchemist who basically had some very bad practices, some very unconventional techniques, but he basically figured out a way to extract the human soul through boiling off the flesh from a person's bones. So this is so he basically, in order to maintain this type of immortality that he discovered, he needs constant victims. And because he was so awful, he was run out of Venice by the other alchemists who were there, and he basically was chased across the Mediterranean to the city of Chorazin, the city of black sorcery, which is where he was able to finally find protective refuge. And the people who were chasing after him were killed at the gate. They were raised as skeletons. And Levitican found a wonderful home in Chorazin to be able to carry on his research. So Levitican is not only very good at making skeletal warriors due to the fact that he has a lot of leftover bones lying around, but he's also very good at separating souls from the living. And so this is why the Forgotten King basically came to him and said, I would love it if you could figure out a way to separate the souls from the 13 ghost masks.
Oh, okay.
Thus neutralizing them. Because the 13 ghosts are a very difficult adversary for the Forgotten King to deal with. Because you can kill all the bodies that you want. The face mask will just go on another human, and then you've got the same eternal warrior to deal with. So Levitican has been brought in to deal with them. But part of Levitican's personality is that he is a large type asshole who loves to rub his victories in other people's faces. He is very fond of laughing at people, putting them down in the middle of a fight.
There it is.
I don't know if he stoops to yo mama jokes, but he's that kind of jerk, and he loves weapons. He loves modern day weapons. So that's why you will regularly see him with a big saw rifle or an M16 or some other type of machine gun, because he loves inflicting massive damage. And so it's not unreasonable to find him at the back of a host of skeleton warriors, just, basically taking cheap shots at whoever he's fighting.
He also, I'd mentioned this, I think, when we revealed him last time, is that I love in this shot, especially the one red eye. It reminds me of, not exactly of, but in my head, it reminds me of the logo for Spirit Halloween, Jack the Reaper, which I love that look of like that.
Oh,
one
yeah.
eye.
Yeah, right.
And
I mean,
go
it
ahead.
would not be uncommon for Levitican Serpieri to set up shop in an abandoned Blockbuster.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Makes sense.
If your business goes under, the Red Reaper might
the Red Reaper
load in there.
Right.
May we talk about this look?
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. So my feeling is that, as an alchemist who is constantly sort of replacing the life energy from other people into himself, there is his body has sort of decayed to this very skeletal shape over the intervening centuries, but there is a certain morphology that is sort of constantly evolving with him. And it sort of deals with what he's doing at the time, who are the people that he has harvested the souls from. So his facial features will kind of look different depending on when you catch him.
Interesting. Okay. And I guess, yeah, depending on and also legends, I'm sure, tell of a different look for him each time as well.
That's a good point. Yeah. No, it's good.
Let's see. It looks like Bees Battlegrounds definitely recorded it, so they know exactly how to say
good.
his name.
Yes.
So that's good. That's very helpful.
Save for all time.
All right, Big Bad Mike and Bill, I'm giving you a platform for something right now. Choose to accept it or don't. Cloth goods. When you have an awesome figure, but darn it, he's gonna need a cloak. What are the challenges? How does one go about that?
Just cut into that margin and do what's right for the fans.
Is it usually totally different companies you're working with to get the soft goods, or is it the same people who are producing the figures themselves?
The factory can also do soft goods.
Interesting. So within the same, okay.
Yeah, and we have a few different folks who prototype soft goods for us. I will mention, because this comes up often, are there wires in the soft goods? It comes up often. So yes, there are wires, and there will continue to be wires in the majority of soft goods that we use. So I think you can plan on having wires in the soft goods.
I especially in that hood. The shaping is so important. I have a similar figure from another brand that I really like, but I can't get the hood where I want it, and I'm frustrated by that. So that's a huge move. I remember the first time I bought a little slightly more expensive figure and got the wire cape. That first moment when you realize, oh, I can pose the cape, like it changes everything, and it means you never stop touching that toy. You're always resetting it up somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go through the trouble of putting soft goods on something, you might as well go all out and put the wire in, because posability, action figure photography, that's so huge nowadays. We say that often, and so it's just a necessity at this point.
I think back in the day when like a lot of things had like bendy toys or whatever that had wires, I feel like as a kid you could overplay and like it would this wire would snap. I feel like with modern manufacturing and stuff, that's much less of an issue. Have you run into any issues with like yours that you own or that you made other people are like, oh, if you don't do it too many times, I feel like so many toys as a kid, it's like, well, don't play with it too hard or you can't use the toy anymore. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense. But have you run into any like issues, not with the ones you've made or anything like that, but are there any issues that come with soft goods that don't come with just regular figures that you have to deal with? Saying shipping.
The only thing I can think of from like a customer service issue type side of things is if the wire comes out. So now you have like protruding wire or whatever, and they have an issue that way. But as far as like breakage or whatever, I don't know anything.
Nice. And usually I think that's just taking needle nose and kind of like putting it back in, right?
Pretty much, or maybe it was too much wire and didn't get measured right, or who knows, during the manufacturing process.
Yeah. And that's not really even speaking to Operation Monster Force, but your
experience
with Big Bad Toy Store with like all the toys and all the customer service. So fascinating. Well, and I also want in chat, like if you get toy questions that are not just like what's coming, but like, oh, this is the elbow on this figure that isn't even in this line isn't working, like what can I do? We might be able to help you. You're talking to the right people here who have the right resources to help you with those things. I can't promise they will, but they might be able to. All right, with that, we're going to stick with our red theme, though. We're not done with that yet, but I do thank you for the explanation on the other skull. I think Operation Monster Force does a fantastic job of giving you options with different looks, different heads, etc. And I love that you have answers for that. I think when we did our pilot or something, I thought I was going to get some gotchas with you guys of like, well, why does he have 3 heads? And you're like, well, because that's one guy, that's another guy, and that's a totally different guy. I'm like, oh, that's great then, actually. So yeah, I think it's the thought put into it is really nice, and it's noted. And I like that, again, that you have different versions of him for this. So with that, and of course the comic looks frigging amazing.
The artist is just fantastic on these.
Just the menace of it, just the absolute menace. Fantastic stuff. Wait, sorry, I got ahead. Does he have an accent? What's his accent? What's his voice like?
Oh, that's a good question. It would probably be Italian. It would probably be Italian. Yeah, because he's originally from Venice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So BigBadMike, what would that sound like? What would he say?
Not going there.
Italian.
The Skeleton Sopranos. There you go.
He was like, I'm going to shoot you. What would he say? How would he say
it? Canceled.
And canceled. I think that's the only one we're allowed to make fun of is Italian. I think everyone has a bad Italian. I feel like that's allowed. Maybe not.
I mean, I'm half Italian, so I could do
You're allowed.
It'd probably be allowed, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
But,
okay then. Well,
pizza, does it go right through them? Do skeletons
Probably.
eat? I don't know. I think about these things.
Depends. Someone should.
Do you have to wash the robe? Do they sleep? Yeah. So many questions about skeletons.
Billy made the mistake of speaking up, so now you have to say his name before I go on to the next one.
What's going on? I'm sorry.
I need you to say his name, his full name. You're
Leviticus
Italian.
Serpiere?
Yeah.
One more time.
Doesn't roll off the tongue like the lore master.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to remember. That's the beauty when you're explaining that who killed all of your friends. You're like, I did something. All right, let's stay in the red talk, shall we? We debuted this fella. I believe we debuted him last show. Was he? Had anyone seen him yet? I think we were the first. Maybe not.
We did. We debuted him last episode.
Fantastic.
Thank you for re-releasing this figure, by the way. This is
a re-release.
This is a personal favorite of mine.
Really?
I think he looks great.
Okay. Okay, so you're even getting what you want out of this. Nice. Everybody wins.
There he is.
All right, so we have the Blood Prince, and I think my last slide. Oh no, it's just more of this amazing shot. Now this is to clarify because I rambled about other things. This is not glow in the dark. This is a blood see-through awesomeness. so that you get the full blood Dracula. Fantastic posability first. Oh, wait. Okay. I got ahead. This is the thing that I saw that I wanted to talk about. Before I do that, I'm going to fly the banner one more time. Don't forget, at the end of the show, we're going to talk about who's the best of season 0 and 02. BigBadMike, did I say it right? 02?
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. I'm learning with all of you.
Season 2. Yeah.
Yes. 0 and 2. Okay. With that, let's go into our next, because this is the first time I saw this was like 10 minutes before we went live. And I was like, I need answers. I need to know what I'm looking at. This is so freaking cool. What am I seeing? What is this? This is amazing.
I only saw this for the first time about 2 weeks ago as well. And I was like, oh my God, where was that when I was 10?
Yes.
This is
exactly
Bill
that.
sitting at home going, where's that +1 for this figure? And this has actually been, this is inside baseball too, but we've been going back and forth on this because when you hear about Dracula, you hear about lack of accessories and whatnot, and he just has a sword. Well, he doesn't need anything beyond a sword. He's Dracula. And then Bill said, what if we did this though?
But what
and
if?
I said, yep, that's awesome. And so that's how we kind of came to this conclusion.
And maybe it's worth talking about sort of what
Correct.
this is in what the red version of Dracula is. And a lot of people may already know this, so if I'm telling you something I apologize, but the red version of Dracula, yeah, exactly.
You're not supposed to talk about this, Sean.
The red version of Dracula is meant to be sort of like how he reforms if his entire body is destroyed somehow. Like if the Forgotten King figures out a way to essentially use the nuclear option on Dracula and his physical form is destroyed, Dracula can reform out of enough blood if there's enough blood in a particular place. So it stands to reason that he has a blood pool in his castle, but that might be hard for his spirit to access when he's in Los Angeles. So but when he essentially rises out of like the blood of a battlefield or a hospital, ER or something like that, then he has this very red form that then slowly solidifies into his normal physical body and his normal coloring. And when Bill did originally, released this as, I think it was a JoeCon exclusive last year or the year before.
Joe Fest, yeah. Joe Fest.
Joe Fest 24.
Yep.
That's right, Joe Fest. Sorry, thank you. It came with this cool stand that looks like a pool of blood, and that's amazing. And so then, like, this just happened like 2 weeks ago. Bill was like, what do we do with this pool of blood that could be really cool? So hopefully that's the setup to get you into this.
Yeah, and I will say that we're going to in a second preview a couple of figures from the next Dark Directive assortment.
You didn't see that. I didn't fly that early.
And so one of those figures again will allude to why this figure comes with this setup here as well, right? So again, going back to Sean and I have a lot of conversations around character and story, right? And so we kind of know what's we're doing and what's coming. So we try to like start to tease in some of these things with certain figures, right? Whether that's an accessory or something they come with that may seem just like, hey, this person has this or that, but may essentially be part of a bigger thing that's happening. So this accessory here is, will make sense as we preview the next assortment.
Okay, and so I'm going to say it out loud and tell me if I have it right, is that with the re-release of Count Dracula, the Blood Prince in the translucent red, you will also receive this piece.
Correct?
Okay,
yeah, so...
And that all ties in.
He will not include, just so everybody knows, he doesn't, the Joe Fest exclusive included 2 portraits. Mm-hmm. This figure only includes 1, but it does include the skeleton arm that you can attach to the bloodstand.
Nice. I mean, it maintains its exclusivity. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
All right. And speaking of, with that directory, how about Wave 2 preview? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, there's the red we're talking about.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So this was a lot of fun to see this come to fruition. So here was sort of our thought on this, is that this particular sort of like mini team, this Monster Force mini team that is going to deal with Levitican Serpieri and his skeletons, while at the same time the Forgotten King is floating around with his ghostly skeletons. This side Monster Force team does include Dracula, and he's like, you know what? I can do better skeletons. I'm not letting these guys show me up with the skeleton. I'm the king of the undead. So Dracula summons his blood host, which is essentially the souls of his greatest warriors from back in the days when he was the protector of Romania against the Ottoman Turks. And he's able to, in the same way that he's able to reform himself out of a large enough quantity of blood, he is also able to summon these skeletons made entirely of blood that are the souls of his best warriors. So in very limited situations, Dracula can conjure for a brief period of time his own blood skeletons to fight at his side. And this particular Dark Directive, the story that goes with it, is how does Dracula get at Levitican Serpieri when Levitican is basically hidden and protected behind the walls of the city of sorcery. And this is how Dracula gets in and brings a fighting force with him.
By doing that. Big Bad Mike and Bill, could we talk articulation on this?
Yeah. So the skeletons that do attach to the blood pools are articulated in the same way that the other skeletons are articulated. So yes, arms, joints, hands, and so forth. And then they just have a little plug. Okay. Yeah, and then they swap weapons. They just have a little plug at their bottom, that the bottom of their their spine there, that attaches to the blood pool.
So if I may, I hope I'm not setting myself up for something bad here, but with that, will this that comes with Dracula also, is that articulated?
It will be at the elbow.
You're a lunatic. That's insane.
And it'll come with a couple of hands and one weapon.
Why do you hate yourself? That's so much work.
Outstanding.
That's fantastic. Wow, that's nuts. And I'm sorry that it got past me in chat, but someone said, "Is that articulated?" I'm like, I'm not asking that. That would be crazy. And then I was looking at it and like, oh my god, I think it is.
Yeah. So this set will include a full skeleton like you see here, and then a half skeleton as well that you can plug into the blood pool. So it's kind of a 1.5 pack, I guess, as opposed to a 2-pack.
Yeah,
I guess
that feels right.
Yeah,
half a skelly. Yeah. It would be weird if it was just the legs sticking out of the blood.
Right. We were going to go the other way and have just a leg, like you dived in and just have a leg sticking out.
I feel like that'd be somehow more disturbing if you just see the blood pool and then suddenly the legs just come out. You're like, oh god.
I mean, in theory, you could make that work, I guess, if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think about that. Again, this is inarticulate. Sorry, not inarticulate. This is a great comment. It's inelegant the way I'm putting these comments up, and I am sorry about that. It covers us all up. But Sean's opinion on the blood prints is actually the reason I opened the con exclusive, and now I'm getting this one because of the blood pool of the sword. Great choice.
Lovely.
I love
Happy to hear it, Michelle.
That is fantastic. That storyline is like, I can't keep it in the box. I need this. Yeah, I got to see how this plays out now that I know the whole backstory. And I love it. Exactly.
That makes my day to hear that.
That is why there is lore. That is why there is a lore master, because it's not just a cool looking thing, and it's not just a thing that maybe reminds you of a thing you liked, or maybe it's a thing you've dreamed of once. It's got its own world to it, and you could choose to ignore that world. If you want to come up with all of your own story for it, you can absolutely do that. They have enough personality. But if you want to lean in and have these worlds that have been created, jump in. I think that's fantastic. I love that someone just like, I'm opening him. Never mind. I think he's cool. All right, I have one more big reveal slide before we get to go into our Q&A and let folks ask Sean some questions and then find out the answer to our big question. And Sean, Sean, you don't get a say on this. Sorry. Bill, BigBadMike, am I clear to show the next?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Interesting.
So yes, this is our reveal of Major Striker. Well, I mean, Sean, you're here, so you could kind of tell the reason that Striker exists, maybe his backstory, all of those things.
Absolutely. So this was, I can't take credit for this. This was also Bill. This was part of when Bill came to me. He's like, I think they're called Dark Directives. And I think that the person in charge of the Dark Directives is Major Striker. And that's what kind of made all of this gel together. So Major Striker, for the couple people out there, sorry, my AirPod just fell out of my ear.
I thought you were playing D&D. Roll for initiative, Sean.
Yep, I rolled
Good luck,
one
buddy.
there. Completely fumbled that answer. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, Major
Sean
Striker
is sick, by the way. We should not have him on the show. We are horrible
Yeah,
people.
sorry.
He started with like, hey guys, I'm really sick. We're like, well, you get on your mark.
Yeah, if I sound a little extra sexy tonight, that's good. The next time these guys have me on, I'll sound more like my usual doofus self. But yes, so anyone who is a fan of Eagle Force, even the original Eagle Force toy line from the 80s, will remember Striker, who was the sniper of Eagle Force. This is Striker aged up appropriately over the decades. And General Brown, like I said sort of earlier, when he realizes that he has to put together like a second side team, Declan can't head up that team because Declan's heading up the main team with all of the main characters. So the only one that General Brown trusts to handle these side ops is Major Striker. And so Striker is now a major. And this was an excellent opportunity to Bill, if I'm getting this wrong, please correct me. But this was a great way to get a figure who was in dress fatigues, but blue as opposed to green. Mm-hmm. And so it gives him sort of this look that feels sort of like more nighttime, more shadow ops. And with the the name Dark Directives, we're trying to go with sort of a darker, more morbid, ominous sort of feel to these side missions. And so Major Striker is the one who is leading those up. And so when there is a Dark Directive, of which I get the feeling there's going to be like maybe one a year or something like that, that's out of my hands. That's all about the release schedule. But Major Striker is going to be the one who is sort of heading those up, and he'll just pick like one or two members of Monster Force who are going to be the best suited for whatever the problem is, and then send them out into the field. And we've got some ideas for perhaps Major Striker has one or two characters who are just dedicated just to him that we haven't talked about yet or have any concept art to show yet. So those might happen, they might not, but that's sort of where we're thinking right now.
And spoiler alert, it's not going to be a Detective Buchanan figure.
Now that I have my heart set on it. I'd like to think you would go as Detective Mitch. I don't think you even they never called him like Buchanan, get on your board. It was like
the minute Legion's Con ends and people are kind of like going to bed or whatever, I'm tuning into the show. You gave me weekend plans.
Oh, I think you're going.
I'm figuring this whole thing out this weekend.
I don't know if there's an official way to get Baywatch Nights, but they are on YouTube. They're pretty easy to find, and it may even be on Amazon to rent. But yeah, good stuff. And yeah, the best. As Sean said, the best point is that they literally pivot to the next season. Like, never mind, it's Ghosts and Monsters now. It's so great. It's so great. I wanted to fly one. Let's see. This joke was too good. And yes, if you post puns, I'm going to post them. This is about skeletons we're talking about. They're happy blood skeletons.
That's
Be
amazing.
positive. Yep, puns are
That's
always going to get
amazing. I love
posted. You've pandered to the producer of this show. You will always go on screen.
Bill, is it too late to put that on the cover box?
That's
going to take
well.
that.
I mean,
We're gonna take
yeah,
that. That's what this podcast is for, is to find really good ideas and
Yes.
take them and put them in boxes.
I mean, that was my only complaint, and how I met you guys, because I kept sending you letters about it, was that unlike the Sailor Moon Scouts, I don't know the blood type of anyone on the team, and I kept bugging you about it, and you wouldn't answer my questions. So that's how I met these guys, because I finally went to the factory to ask, and anyway, they weren't there. They're not at the factory. I spent a lot of tickets, money, and I had to come back. Anyway, anything else about Major Striker that you'd like to discuss?
I think it's probably best to just sort of leave that there for the moment.
Yeah.
This is just sort of a first introduction to
Nice.
the back of his head.
Yep.
So,
I don't know, Big Bad Mike and Bill, I don't know how far you can go into this, but I do want to ask a quick question about a reveal like this, an awesome reveal where you get the vibes of it. Now, obviously, as a collector, I know I don't get this war room. I know you're not going to sell me the war room. I wish you could, but I understand this is made for this shot. Is this one company that you go through to do fun things like this? Do you guys do it yourselves? How does a cool shot like this come up? If you don't mind discussing that for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of great photographers that we work with, and so we talk about environments and those kind of things, and sometimes it's photoshopped in, sometimes it's practical, all those kind of things. And I think the idea beyond all the photography is trying to create a mood and a setting.
Yeah.
And, and I think the folks that are helping us out with these have done a really good job establishing that for a lot of the photos that we've looked at today.
So someone out there is like, I got to get the little cups, but they got to have the little thing on it so you don't burn your hands. Like, someone's like concern that day was like, if it doesn't have that, we can't do the shoot.
I'm just going to say you might see those little cups in future offerings from Big Bad Workshop. Throw that out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take that. All right. That concludes our deck. We've done all the pretty pictures, which then does take us to our new look here, which is Q&A with us gents. Let me see if I can actually get us on camera. There we go. All right. I think I might move some folks around. Will that bother you? There we go. Much better. Hi. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
All right. We've had a lot of great questions from chat. I'm going to go back to our big question one more time as people are answering that right now. And that is Operation Monster Force Seasons 0 and 2 have shipped. If you've gotten yours, who's the MVP of your collection? I mistakenly was like, everyone's going to pick Donner Party. This is so obvious. That did not necessarily turn out to be the case. I'm filling the screen again. Sorry, let me get rid of that banner real quick. You're seeing a lot of Eraser. Donner is up there, but boy, do people like Eraser. So yeah, I thought this was an easy one, but not so much. You can still jump in chat, everybody, if you have not, said your favorite yet. Those are literally the only two names I've seen, by the way, is Donner Party and Eraser. Like those are those
two figures came out looking so good, Bill. They came out looking so good.
Yeah, I mean, again, that goes to everybody who helped to contribute along the line. Adrian, our sculpting supervisor, to Chris Scott, to all sorts of folks who have helped make those things turn out the way they are. Yeah.
It's noted. I've got a few more, and again, I'm going to stop apologizing for it, but I don't love that when I put up a chat, it covers the entire window. But next time,
hey, Jack, you're doing this on the fly, man. You're doing a really nice job.
It was a bit of a change.
Yeah, exactly.
The tools are not working for us. So yeah.
I just wanted to note that Bill, you got a thumbs up for the photos always being amazing, and the coffee safety is priority at OMF headquarters,
100%.
and that
nobody needs to burn themselves.
Yeah,
and if you, and again, I don't know if we talked about this, but I don't drink hot liquids, so I don't want to get burned, so it's good to have those kind of things around. Sean's got some nice iced tea. Next time I'm going to get some of that, I think.
That is a conversation that we've had before, is that you don't believe in warm liquids, and it's not a teeth thing. It's not
Yeah.
You just don't do it.
So you don't want to burn yourself.
It's not. So it's a caution thing.
Nobody needs to be doing that.
You just avoid them thusly.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to toss a question. And as with all questions, you can just say no, or we can't talk about that yet. Sometimes it's like lower base, but this one is definitely coming in Sean. The question is, with all the Eagle Force integrating into OMF, and that's not to say all of Eagle Force is integrating into OMF, by the way, but fair. Will we see Senator Goldie from the Nightshade video could use the mold in OMF as well as NPC? Interesting question. Can you address anything that was said there?
So for those of you who don't know what that question was in reference to.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
Bill and I did a video, which I think is up on the Big Bad YouTube channel, that is basically what is the Nightshade mission for that cool Nightshade Delta Red figure that came out in season 2. And we had a fabulous artist who did a whole bunch of storyboards, and I just kind of talked through the story of it. And in the story, it revolves around Senator Goldie, who is, again, aged up version of Goldie Hawk from the original 80s Eagle Force line. She was the blonde character. So we decided that she is now in Congress. And in the Nightshade mission comes about because she is kidnapped by a Kilowog, and Operation Monster Force has to track her down using her Black Watch protective unit, and then also fight this Kilowog on a full moon, which makes it almost indestructible. So in answer to your question, will we be seeing a Senator Goldie figure? I don't have to answer that, because that's a Bill question.
Nice. Is anyone allowed to talk about it?
Next question.
I just want to add that video is on the
please.
Fresh Monkey YouTube channel, but we do hope to get it on the workshop
we'll
channel.
upload it. We'll upload the workshop channel. Yeah, I think we would like to see Senator Goldie. I think we'd like to see a lot of the Eagle Force characters show up in the line. So maybe. We'll see.
I'd like to pivot a question off of that, actually, about Kilowog to Sean. If you don't mind, it's a lore question.
Not at all.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. When you become a Kilowog, there's no solution yet. There's not a reversal idea for Kilowog yet. By idea, I mean there's no solve for that.
Yeah,
as far as Operation Monster Force is concerned, you're a Kilowog. So, but knowing that their base is not necessarily, evil or trained to be the bad guy to them, what is the protocol with that as far as is it shoot to kill or is it try to trap? And who on the Monster Force team would fight the hardest for either?
Those are good questions. So we've got some story stuff that's coming up that will sort of go in depth into a lot of that.
Okay. I didn't want to jump ahead,
but the figures are already out. So in talking just sort of surface level about them, the Kilowog's are a big problem. They are part of how we design the seasons of Operation Monster Force is looking at it from like an escalation of arms capabilities. So the first thing is, the Forgotten King has an army of zombies. How do we deal with that? We create an army of vampires so that the Forgotten King can't control them. Okay. Now the Forgotten King is like, shit, there's an army of vampires that I'm having to deal with. What kills vampires? Werewolves do. So that's when he contacts Dr. Tanis Rand and says, can you give me a werewolf soldier that can obliterate vampires? And Dr. Rand is like, yeah, I think I can do that with your help. And so that's where the Kilowog comes from. So in dealing with the Kilowog, suddenly you have to have Delta Red with a full, optional silver loadout that allows them silver bullets, silver bladed weapons, that kind of thing to fight the Kilowog. But the Kilowog also has a gigantic Gatling gun. Delta Red's they're pretty sturdy soldiers, but they are an artificially created vampire. They are not Dracula. They can't burst into a swarm of bats or become mist or something like that. So they take that damage. So that's currently where we're at in the arms escalation is, well, shit, what do we do now that the Forgotten King has werewolves?
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I mean, like any good hero team and any good story, they're often on the back foot, right? It's usually reactionary because every time they come up with the solution, then there's the new problem. That they then have to react to. Okay, thank you for answering that. I have another question. This is going to be a Big Bad Mike and Bill. This is a shipping question, I believe. Update on Soldiers of Fortune, the Agent / the Enemy release, and are we looking at December? Is the question.
Yeah, we're aiming for December. You know, boats take a little bit, so right now they're wrapping that one up, but the whole wave is actually supposed to be done pretty quick. But yes, those 2 figures are ahead of the rest, so imminent, I would say. Probably worth checking in on that within the next week or whatever, maybe when we get back from Legion's Bill.
I'm a big fan of the word imminent.
Yeah, I don't know if they've left yet, but they're close to leaving.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So, I mean, obviously, they kind of had the answer in mind that they wanted to hear. Okay, well, I've got similar because we were just talking about Kilowog. Question is, will there be a Kilowog reissue?
Yeah, the $1 million question.
That's a good question.
We get asked this quite a bit every time we bring up Kiloworgs. I kind of cringe a little because I'm like, oh, people are going to want to buy this, and we don't have any.
People love what we make.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. For anyone that doesn't know, this was a collaboration with another company, and we just haven't been able to connect those dots and get that remade yet. So we are trying regularly. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. I think that's fair. Are you guys good for one more question? It's lore based. Sure. You may not be able to answer it, but I'm going to throw it anyway. Okay, ready?
Sure.
Okay. Since Mr. Legacy is a part of the Midnight Men, is there a possibility of any other members of the team to appear in Operation Monster Force?
That's a good question. For those of you who are like, who the fuck are the Midnight Men? That is a different team of heroes that Bill and I were developing 15 years ago or so, and we made a whole first issue of a comic book and a secondary comic of like origin stories and stuff like that. And they
can get those on freshmonkeyfiction.com, by the way. We have digital downloads there for that.
You can still get the issue. So Mr. Legacy, so this is a World War II team of Golden Age heroes who are fighting in the war. And Mr. Legacy is a member of the Midnight Men, and he's providing a very similar sort of support role there that he is in Operation Monster Force. This obviously gets to the fact that he is somehow kind of immortal, but we don't know how. He's very secretive about how he maintains that. But so in answer to your question, and everybody go check out that comic because there were some really cool character designs in it, and sadly, I think Bill and I would love to move some of those characters up into Monster Force if they make sense, jumping from 1940 up to 2025, 26. But the problem is that the character designs, and Bill can speak more to this than myself, but the character designs are all wildly different from one another. It doesn't seem like there would be any parts reuse amongst any of them, and that makes each one very expensive to make. Mm-hmm. That said, we do have a plan for at least one of them to be showing up in Operation Monster Force, aside from Mr. Legacy.
Okay, I'll take that. I want to address to chat as the moderator, I guess, and picking questions and such, to sort of insulate the gang here. If something is like, oh, you should do like a Gorgon with 4 arms. No one actually said that. I don't usually fly those just because understand that obviously Operation Monster Force pulls from classic characters. But if in a chat someone's like, oh, you should make, a Bogman named Charlie who has a big gun, and then suddenly next month there's a Bogman named Chuck, you're like, well, they stole my idea. So understand that, sometimes ideas happen at the same time, and sometimes there's already something similarly cooking. So please don't be offended or hurt if I don't fly your question about a specific monster or something. Obviously, the conversation about what you want to see in the line is hugely important, but especially with Lore Master Sean here, I'm sort of insulating him by not, you know, accidentally putting something in his head that he's like, I came up with that for sure. And then like later on, we're like, oh crap. Oh no. So please understand, all of your ideas are genuinely very good. I'm reading them and I'm like, yep, that should happen. Oh, that's a good idea. That guy should be there for sure. But please understand, some of them I just, again, it's just better not to have to show and then have to wonder if you got ripped off. You didn't. All that to say, that does wind us down. Thank you so much, everyone, for commenting on ours. I think this is my favorite comment, is I don't think you could top the deltas, but Donner and Eraser did.
Nice.
Double up.
That's good to hear.
So the sleeper hit that I see a lot of people talking about online once they get their hands on it is the Sleepwalker aerial assault trooper with the jetpack and the wolf head. So
nice. I would put up a picture of that if I
love that
predicted that would happen. Sorry,
I'd done my job and given you a photo.
No, all good. All good.
Hey, I got one more question. So
yes,
Michelle is a huge supporter of Operation Monster Force, and she had a question. I learn about a lot of this stuff too. I just want to say that up front too. I learn a lot when Sean comes on, and he was talking about the skeletons and how they're going to affect Delta Red. She had asked if it's going to affect the Apophis folks at all in any way.
Yeah, it's a good question, Michelle. So currently the only place that we have the blood skeletons making an appearance is in this Dark Directive against Levitic and Serpieri. But that is not to say that either A, in your world, he may use those blood skeletons against everybody, and that's awesome. That is available to you. The one drawback, just from a sort of a story perspective, it's sort of a built-in kind of weakness to these guys, is that you have to have enough standing blood lying around for these guys to form out of it. So those situations are probably few and far between. But the other thing that I will say is that nothing is canon until it's written. So we may wind up in a situation in season 4, season 5, where we're like, oh, it's a real good spot for the blood skeletons to come in which case they will make another appearance in the story. So
awesome.
Last
thing I just got to say it. Travis said he canceled his pod tonight, Bill. He just canceled his stream because he was in here watching us. So Travis, if you did that, man, we love you.
Derailed someone else's pod because we went on a Wednesday instead of a Thursday.
Yeah, we did, because
monsters.
This was the only time we could get together before we went to Legion. So thanks, folks, for joining us. And Travis,
my goodness. Before I get to say goodbye to everyone, a little over, but absolutely worth it. If you need to find anyone and contact anyone, it is Big Bad Workshop on all of the services: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. As far as other streams and such, cut downs, TikTok, etc., we're looking into those as well. So let us know what platforms you enjoy watching on. And our next stream, we also might be utilizing a new technology which allows it to go up both as vertical and horizontal. So if you're watching on your phone, you'll get the vertical, otherwise a horizontal. Right now, it's a little experimental in that it kind of chops off our heads most of the time. So it is a cool tech that comes with our streaming service, but it wasn't impressive enough to me yet. But if that is an ask, then we'll absolutely lean a little harder into that. And also, as I said, if you have any questions, any comments, and you want to pick the topic for the next podcast that we will put up as the big question, please send them here. Now, as we're going out, I'm gonna let everyone say goodbye and plug what they want to talk about. But also, as of our last podcast, people asked me to definitely do close-ups on Bill and Big Bad Mike, because sometimes their backgrounds have stuff in them. And I don't know if that's the case. I genuinely, truly do not know if that's the case right now. So I'm just going to err on the side of maybe. But let's say goodbye to our fantastic friend, Sean. Sean, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for having me.
Lore Master.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Very lucky to have you. And thank you so much.
Would you like to come back, Sean, at some point?
Oh my God, have me back every week. I'm happy to be. I mean, I know you're going to want to talk to some other people, but I love being here with you guys. So
you're open with us talking to other people?
was.
You're open to it. It's cool. As long as there's trust and respect.
Have some other guests, because I want to watch the show too. So
yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Out of a pilot and 2 shows, you've gotten to watch one of the 3 because you were on the other 2. That's not very fair to you. That's true. You couldn't relax and just chill out and be like, I got a question. You're like, oh, I got to answer the questions. That's way more work. All right, BigBadMike, anything in the pipeline we should be knowing
yeah,
about?
come out to Legion's Con if you're in New Jersey. This will be my first time in the fine state. We will be booth number 38 at Legion's Con. We will have this exclusive. This is the last, to my knowledge, this is the last colorway for the Invisible storyline figures. Ooh. So stop by. We'll have some other stuff available too, and if Operation Monster Force isn't your thing, just stop by and say hi. Love to meet you.
Fan-bloody-tastic. All right, Bill, you're up.
Just the same thing with Mike. We're headed to Legions this weekend and looking forward to seeing everybody. Please come by, say hello. It's always great to see everyone in person. We're super excited to go to the show because we have not been. But yeah, and we will do a follow-up podcast with our adventures from Legions Con.
Fantastic. And you know what, Sean, I'm sorry, I didn't give you an opportunity to plug. Would you like to please talk about your YouTube channel where people can find you as well?
Oh, yes, please. So I have a YouTube channel called The Vampire's Castle, which is a YouTube channel all about vampires, specifically vampire stories and resources for people who are creators who want to tell vampire stories. I've got a bunch of videos about the creative process and thinking about vampires and how to choose what powers and weaknesses they have and that kind of thing, as well as some interviews with some people who are big time vampire creators. So please come check that out. And also, I don't usually do this, but I work for my day job. I worked on Predator Badlands, and I saw it on Monday night, and it is fucking outstanding. So everybody, please go see that this Friday when it comes out in theaters. I'm not saying that because I get paid any royalties from it at all, but I just loved the movie. So definitely check it out. I think you'll love it.
Cannot wait to see it. I'm seeing it tomorrow night. I'm very excited about that. Thank you. All right. With that, I think we can all go back in the huddle and bid everyone a farewell. Also, please keep sending us your questions. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll probably lean more towards Thursdays again than Wednesdays, but schedules change, things move around, big cons come up. We want to make sure to say hi to everybody before the next big thing came along. So
is the Kanan in the house too? Sorry, I missed that. Almost missed it. Big supporter of ours.
Good catch. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you again.
Thanks, everybody.
Signing off. The Big Bad
Thank
Workshop
you so much,
Podcast.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.
Thanks, guys.